All right, we are on to the next part of the book, What is Government? By Logan Everett and Simon Adams. This section is called Types of Government Today. There are many forms of government in the world today. The most common is democracy. Here is a chart of some of the main types of government. So you have a chart here with everything in this column are the types, the description, and then examples of countries that have those types of government. The first one we have is the parliamentary democracy. The description says that its elected representatives sit in a parliament and form a government. Includes parliamentary republics and constitutional monarchies. Some examples of these would be in Australia, Canada, Germany, New Zealand, the Republic of Ireland, Spain, and the United Kingdom. Now I've made a map of all the different types of governments we're going to be looking at. These parliamentary democracies, if you look here, they're all the red dots. So you can see where they are on the map for parliamentary democracy. The next type of government is the presidential republic. The citizens directly elect a national leader called a president. Examples of countries that have this kind of democracy are Brazil, France, Russia, South Africa, and the United States. And on the map, I've made the presidential republic blue, and you can see where the different presidential republics are in the world. Now, the next types of government has a subheading, says alternative form of government. The first one is a communist state. Property and business is all owned by the government. Examples would be Cuba and the People's Republic of China. Here, I've done it in the bright green. Here's China, and here's Cuba. The next type is a theocracy. The power is held by religious leaders. And two examples of that would be Iran and the Vatican City. I've done those in purple, and you can see Iran is here. And Vatican City is actually a tiny little country. It's actually a country right in the middle of Italy. It's actually right in the middle of the city in Italy of Rome. It's a tiny, tiny country in the middle of a city. The next type of government is a monarchy. The power is held by the ruling monarch, and different examples of this would be Brunei, Jordan, Oman, and Saudi Arabia. And I've done the monarchies in this kind of gold color. Here's Brunei, Oman, Jordan, and Saudi Arabia here. Okay. And then the next type is a military government. The power is seized and held by military leaders. Seized means taken. So our examples there would be Myanmar and Burma. Myanmar and Burma are the same place. It used to be called Burma, and now we call it Myanmar. And I've done it with this dark purple. Here's Myanmar. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's Myanmar. And the other one is Sudan, which is over here in Africa. And then the last type of government is, a dictatorship. And it's a country ruled by a leader with absolute or total power. And the only example that they give in the book is Libya. So a dictatorship I've done in black, and here's Libya here. So you can see throughout the world, we have lots of different types of government. And when you look especially here, you can see how many types of government are right next door to each other. Democracy. Most countries in the world are democracy. Their citizens have a major role in electing the government and deciding what decisions the government can make on their behalf. Governing a country is a complex business with many difficult decisions to be made every day. Citizens cannot be consulted on every issue, so they must let their governments act on their behalf. Each country has developed its own style of democracy. The two main types of democracy are parliamentary democracy and the presidential republic. Up here, there's just a portion, a little tiny bit, of the United States Declaration of Independence. Next, we have a picture of Nelson Mandela. In 1994, Nelson Mandela became the first democratically elected president of South America. Down here, we have a picture from 1984 of the voters celebrating their first democratic elections in Brazil for 25 years. The next one is down here. It's an Albanian, from Albania. It's some graffiti, and they're calling for a democracy. So people were writing on the walls, or some looks like a building wall, asking for a democracy. And then this last one over here, it says, a Haitian distributes electoral material or election material for a presidential candidate. So in Haiti, he was asking for helping someone run for a presidential, to be the president. Okay. The next section is on the parliamentary democracy. Many countries in the world, including the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and most of Europe, are parliamentary democracies. In these countries, power lies with Parliament, which is made up of people elected from all regions of the country. The people elected to Parliament are called members. Members of the Parliament usually belong to a political party. The largest party in Parliament forms the government, and its leader becomes the Prime Minister, or the head of government. In a parliamentary democracy, the head of state is not a member of any political party. He or she acts as a figurehead or a symbol of the nation. The head of state can either be a monarch, such as in the United Kingdom and Spain, or a president elected by Parliament, as in Germany, or elected directly by the people, as in Ireland. Up here, we have a picture of the United Kingdom's monarch, Elizabeth II. She's in the center in the light blue dress. She poses with other reigning European sovereigns. So that's the Queen of England. This next picture, we have the Australian Prime Minister, Julia Gillard, shakes hands with the UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon.